Hello. This is Brian and Vicky
Hi.
for Palm Beach Masterminds. She's the inspiration behind Palm Beach Masterminds, and the reason we have it. I'm Brian. This is Vicky. I don't know if I said that.
Hi. We did, but we said it again. Now you know our names for sure.
So this is a video that's going to be about just learning a different way of living, different, like a shift in your mind about not just about money, but about your time and about being a good steward of your resources and of your abilities and of your money and finances and all that stuff.
Becoming aware of what you're doing.
Yeah, it's awareness and creativity and
just learning that you can make changes. You don't have to do what society tells you to do. They have us believe that we have to be like everyone else, but we don't. And people just go with the flow instead of make their own decisions. And if you start to become aware of that, then you can make the decisions you want and change the life for the way you want it to be.
So we decided to make this video for you guys because she's an expert of saving, and we've tremendously changed our life in the last 2 years with saving money, and she's also a sweepstakes person, so she knows how to get around systems and angles and stuff like that. So that's what this is about. And, you know, being a good, I guess, thinker, like, I like to say, you know, if there's something that you've wanted to do in your life and you have a passion you want to do, I like to help people with their passions and find their purpose in life. And, you know, that's one thing that I love to do. And the thing is if, let's say, when you were in high school or when you were even, 8 years old in school and you had a dream, let's say it was to be a ballerina or to be a famous pool player or a famous guitar player. Are you living that dream? Are you working towards that dream? Is there something there that you could work 30 minutes a day or work 30 minutes a week towards it? Instead of just letting that pass and, coming home, going to work and coming home, going to bed and eating your dinner and watching your favorite show, choose something that you could sacrifice, whether it's a TV show or a favorite hobby or going to play football or going to a basketball game or your favorite show like Lost on TV. Choose something you could sacrifice, whether it's an hour or 30 minutes a week. And work towards that dream. Work towards your purpose. And, if you work towards something with faith, then you're probably going to end up with it.
Again, this goes back to awareness. If you're aware of what you do with your time, you can make changes to make your time work for you. Mm-hmm. All you have to do is schedule it in, be observant, pay attention to what's going on, know what you do, instead of saying, I'm not sure where the whole day went. Know where the whole day went. That's all it's about. And it's about life, it's about finances, it's about everything. Spending time with friends and family. You have to figure out what's important.
And there's something cool that Benjamin Franklin did. It's like in his autobiography. In the back, it's like record things that you feel you weren't happy about, at the end of the day. Write it down, if you think back, man, I really wasted time on Facebook that day, or I really wasted time doing something and I just got nothing accomplished. Write that down and try and be aware of things like that, We're back. It's recording. Okay.
Scoot in. Okay.
So this is about saving money and how we changed
our budget.
A lot of expenses. We didn't really look at a budget before, and we started learning about looking at a budget. And
we took a Dave Ramsey class. I was already interested in making changes anyways, but it's difficult when you're married and you have two people that have to agree on stuff. So we took a Dave Ramsey class, and from there we both saw how we could make changes and be happier and work less, and have more free time and not worry about bills and get out of slavery, because that's what that is. When you owe debt, you're a slave. There's many kinds of slaves, and that's one of them. And the devil owns you. You have no freedom. You can't, if you want to take a whole bunch of money and donate to the church or donate to a family or anything, you're strapped yourself. You can't make those decisions even though you work and make good money.
And we wanted to tithe.
And we wanted to tithe. Mm-hmm. And we wanted to do things we wanted to do. Mm-hmm. So we decided to make some changes. The first one, we sat down and we looked at our budget. So for a 2-week period, because that's how I get paid, is every 2 weeks, we would sit down and look at what we were paying. You have to write every single thing down, to how much gas you use, everything. Because you wouldn't believe what you spend if you don't write it all down. And you have to be honest. And it'll probably be in the negative. Most likely it will be. Because you don't realize what you're spending until you sit down and do this. And then it makes you stressed out. You're going to be overwhelmed. You'll probably need a bag to breathe in. But it's okay. Because the first step is being aware. Once you're aware, it's easy to make a change. It's the person who's not aware who can never make a change because they don't see it. So we wrote all of these things down and we realized there were some areas for improvement. One was we were paying for cable. Well, it was actually satellite dish.
We had Dish Network.
We had Dish Network and we were paying
$85.
Dish Network, $85 a month. We didn't have the best package. We had, 160 channels?
Yeah, something like that.
160 channels, I think. And I still could never find anything to watch anyway.
We had 2 DVRs. One DVR we never turned on. We might have turned it on every 4 months.
Right.
In our bedroom.
Right. So we were paying $85 a month for nothing.
Oh.
Nothing. We rarely watched TV because we were busy trying to change our lifestyle. We were trying to start reading at night, family time. Working with our kids. I found
Napoleon Hill. I found Jim Carrey. I created Freedom from Concern.
Yeah, we were making huge changes. And TV wasn't part of it. TV is a mindless entertainment. You don't learn anything from it. You don't get anything out of it. You just sit and you just veg. And you eat while you're watching TV, so you get fat.
And this is what I learned. One of my mentors, Joe, he had said, whose paycheck are you wanting to write? Are you wanting to write your paycheck or the person you're watching? So if you think about it, I don't know, one of my favorite shows, that attorney show on USA.
Oh, Suits.
Suits. Well, my favorite show, Suits. It's what I think of is, I think, man, I love Mike. He's awesome. I can't wait to watch him, But I'm paying his paycheck every time I dedicate my time and sit down to watch him. And sometimes I'd watch 4 and 5 episodes on the DVR,
Hours go by. Hours. Even though you're skipping through the commercials, it's at least 30 minutes for a show.
Yeah.
So if you're going to watch 4 and 5 of those, that's a lot of time.
So whose paycheck you want to write? You want to write your own, working towards something, towards some goal, or you want to write that movie star that you don't know their name?
Right. So we got rid of that. That was $85 a month. We just decided to cancel it. Yeah. We weren't in a contract. The contract was up. So we decided to cancel. When I called to cancel, they thought they were going to charge me for the boxes. I've had this system for years. Why would I have to pay to return boxes on something I've had for years, I have no contract on? And I told them, I simply said, look, if you ever want my business again and I ever decide to hook it back up, it won't be through you if you charge me for these boxes. They wanted to charge $19.95 per box for me to ship them back. For what? They were used items. They probably were outdated, and they wouldn't even use them for someone new anyway. So they decided to waive it after I asked for the manager. Don't ever just stick to whatever the answer is, too. If someone doesn't, because they don't want you to quit their service. Nobody does. So anytime that you're dealing with a company, you have to be careful how you talk to them. First of all, that was what I used, was I thought that's a good tactic. If I ever decide to come back, which I didn't plan on it, but that's something there. They know I would never come back to them if they're going to treat me like that. I always paid my bill on time. Even though I never watched half the shows on there, it was a waste of money. And if you add that up for the year, it's quite a big amount of money. It's probably one mortgage payment right there. You could have easily paid for the last however many years one extra mortgage payment on a house.
Yeah.
So we got rid of that. The phone was the next to go. I know many people don't have a landline, but we still did. We used it for our alarm system. We could have changed it. We just never did. We just kept it. Was easier to not have to call them and deal with it. So we just kept it.
That was the excuse. Well, we have an alarm. We can't get rid of the
Right.
landline.
And it was just easier to just not deal with it.
But there's
Avoidance.
alternatives that we didn't know, we didn't look at, we didn't research.
So $40 was the phone bill. Seriously. Because when they add all the taxes and all these fees and all of this stuff, your phone bill is at least $12 to $15 more than it should be. Mm-hmm. So $40 was a lot of money. We got rid of that. So there was another $40 for the month.
Phone, yeah.
Then we decided, another thing is getting a digital AC switch on the wall. A thermometer. What is it called? A thermostat?
A thermostat.
A thermostat.
Digital thermostat. You can get them on eBay for like
Oh my
$50
gosh. Or less.
Or less.
They are the best thing ever because you can program it all day long. Mm-hmm. So when you do go to work, why does your AC have to be on 78 or 75 or whatever you like it on? Turn it up 5, 6 degrees, whatever.
10
Leave
degrees.
it. And then an hour before you get off work or an hour before you actually get home, have it start lowering back to what you want it at. This is the first start. After a while, you'll learn to start saying, hey, maybe I can live with it when I am home 1 degree higher. Maybe I can live with it 2 degrees higher. You'll start to play with that and see where you can be comfortable at. And then you'll notice your bill dropping. The first couple times, our bill dropped $30. Then it dropped $40. And I made a deal with our kids. If the bill dropped more than $10, each time, I would give them $1 because that meant they were turning lights off when they weren't in the room. It meant that they were doing the things I wanted them to do, taking quicker showers. They were just paying attention, and that was my goal, was to get them to be aware. So they would earn money, $1.
Yeah, we gave them
kind
of like chore bonuses.
Yeah, so that saved us money. So we've lowered our bill. The last bill, because it's been cool outside, we decided to start opening the windows. In the years past, we just left the AC on and never opened the window.
Never thought about opening.
Never even thought about it. We've gone probably a month without putting the AC on continuously. Mm-hmm. And the bill's gone from, the average was about $200 we were paying for the AC. Mm-hmm. And last month was $95.
Yeah. And we've seen like lowest like 80 something.
We have seen lower, yes. So it is possible, but the digital thermostat is amazing.
Yeah, they really make a difference.
That's huge. The next one was groceries. I did not realize what we were spending at the grocery store because I would go more than, I didn't have a set time to go. Whenever I'll stop by the grocery store on my way home and pick up a few things. A few things is never a few things. I wrote an article a while back on how grocery stores entice you to buy. They have a system. It's all laid out. You are a victim the minute you pull in the parking lot. And they know how to lay the store out. How about the buy one, get ones? They're right when you walk in. You don't even get a chance to go through your list that you wrote because you just came right in and there's buy one, get one. The fresh bread, the smell, flowers, all of the things in there, they entice you. And they have the little samples where as you walk by, oh, you want to try this chicken? And here's the recipe and here's the ingredients. You can buy them all right here. And you buy all this stuff. You just threw your budget right out the window if you even had one. I found, this is a lot, I know. I found we were spending, at times, $800 a month.
Sometimes more.
On groceries for a family of 4.
Yeah.
To me, when I saw $800, my mortgage is only $11. I was very upset. I was mad at myself because I could have done better. I could have looked at that.
We never looked.
I consider myself a huge saver, a huge find ways around things, double couponing, all of this. And I was spending $800 a month for nothing. I would come home with half of a cart full. There was nothing in it. You spend $100 and what did you get? 3 bags? Seriously, think about it. I'm right. So I started finding alternatives. Started going to Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree was awesome. Dollar Tree was always the first stop. Like,
right.
Look at your list of groceries that you want to buy and know which cans and know which things, and hit Dollar Tree first before you go to the grocery store.
Publix, Winn-Dixie, all of these places are your last stop. And forget Whole Foods.
And if you haven't heard of Dollar Tree, it's a store where everything in it is $1.
Right.
So if you don't have a Dollar Tree near you, you might have another dollar store that sells everything for $1.
And they have a frozen section. Many people don't know that. It's not just canned goods or shelf items or toys or paper, which is what most people think when they think of Dollar Tree. They think of like a junk store. No, they have groceries.
Real food.
Real food.
Real good food.
Yes, and if you read the ingredients, because that's more important than brand. The brand doesn't matter. It's the ingredients.
And where it's made. If it's made in USA or made in China.
Where's the product
Japan.
from?
Like in Dollar Tree, which is kind of cool, like you'll see food that is like from mid United States, like, Alabama, Indiana. And it's little mom and pop shops, completely different than you'd find in like a Publix or something.
Definitely.
And the food is incredible, and no preservatives, and no junk and no chemicals.
And you can read the ingredients in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
and
simple.
It's a buck.
Did you know that the average? I was learning from Joyce Myers. She had a video and she talked about groceries, which caught my attention. The average grocery store has 48,750 items. Just imagine, this is why it takes so long to grocery shop. It takes up a good portion when you go there, if you have a family and you're not a single person, at least 2 hours to go up and down the aisles if you're actually paying attention to items, reading ingredients, focusing on what you're buying. It's overwhelming.
Well, when I would go and she would send me and I wasn't familiar with the grocery store, it would take me over 3 hours.
The cereal aisle alone has 200 types of cereal. 200. Do you honestly need that many to choose from? There isn't even that much toothpaste in the world. 200. That's ridiculous. When you go to these smaller stores, you don't get that variety, and I will tell you that. But you don't need all that. You don't need 5 different kinds of Chex Mix. Mm-hmm. It's just too much. So it simplifies it. So now we grocery shop at a store called Aldi. It's a German company, but the products in it are not just from Germany, but they do have overseas products, which makes it kind of cool. Because when you're looking for gifts or something, they have them packaged really nicely, and they come from different countries. But they also sell regular foods. Everything in their private label. But private label does not mean junk. The Flowers Company alone makes products that are private label for stores such as this. And then they also use their regular, like Butter Bread or Sunbeam or brands you've heard of that are sold in Publix.
Most of the cans are the same cans you'll see in Publix or you'll see in an Albertsons or any other grocery store. But the labels just are a different brand. Like you haven't heard of the label, but the can, the actual picture and everything is like the same.
Well, here's an example. My mom's been looking for this Campbell's pork and beans. She has looked everywhere. Publix used to sell them and now they don't. She's very upset over it. She went to Winn-Dixie. She's gone different places. They had something similar in Aldi. The color looked the same on the package as her pork and beans. So I bought her a can. They were 49 cents for a can, okay? There's nowhere, anywhere in Publix that there's any can for 49 cents.
Or in any other store.
They're usually 120, or up. 159.
Even a dollar store is a buck.
So I bought them for her and she tried them and she was so happy. She went back and bought 12 cans just in case they quit selling it or something. Mm-hmm. So just to show you, just because it has a different name, it was called Dakota. Just because it has a different name doesn't mean it's not the product you've always had.
It's just labeled different.
It's just that company makes a brand, which they call Campbell, and they make a brand which they don't label. Mm-hmm. The one that they don't label is 49 cents. The one that they put their name on is $1.59.
So it's just a little bit of changing your mind when you go grocery shopping. and stepping outside your comfort zone, it might be scary, but you'll be rewarded with the flavor and the price.
Right. So grocery shopping is a huge expense. And I'll guarantee you that you've never sat down and looked at it. Just like running through the drive-thru, buying a coffee, whatever you're doing.
We got to talk about Aldi a little bit. With Aldi, there's some things that kind of scare people. One, they don't have bags.
Yeah, well, they have bags, but you have to buy them. But you don't need to buy them. And you don't need bags. That's just society, again, telling you that's what the grocery store has always done. But it's not necessarily needed. They have boxes because all their items get shipped to them in boxes. They have a big metal bin. They throw boxes in it. Just grab a couple boxes, stick them in the bottom of the cart.
Or as you're shopping, we always, as we're shopping, you can see a big box that might have one thing in it, like let's say bread, for example, or cereal. Huge box with one box of
left
cereal.
in it, yeah.
Take the box of cereal out, take the box.
Yes.
And that's what you're going to bring your groceries into your house with, is this box. You don't really need a bag, because
right.
you go out with the cart. Go out with the cart to your car, put your stuff in the box, and then carry the box to your house.
Simple.
It's not rocket science.
It's simple.
But
and second is
they do that to save money.
Their carts require you to have a quarter. They don't keep your quarter. You get it back. There's a couple reasons for this. They don't have to have people running through the parking lot and pay them to pick carts up all day. The carts aren't damaging your car while your car's in the parking lot, because people aren't leaving them. They want their quarter back.
People respect the carts.
People want their money back. It's just a simple thing. You bring a quarter, you stick it in the thing, the cart is released, you shop, you go back to your car, unload the boxes that you've collected and put your food in the trunk of your car, take the cart back, get your quarter back. If you're like me, put it in your door of your car. Where you close your handle, put it there. Or put it in your console. Leave the quarter in your car.
Just need one quarter, that's it.
Just the same one. And it just keeps moving around.
Yep.
It's very simple. It's not a big deal, but the place is clean. The grocery store stays clean. The parking lot stays clean. They have minimal staff, but they can pay the staff better instead of having so many staff. And here's a good thing. Have you ever been at Publix and had to bag your own groceries because they still didn't have enough people?
Yeah.
Yes, I've been there. Yeah, that's what they're supposed to do for you, because they charge you enough for the price of the food that they should have the bagger, yet there's no bagger in sight, and you're trying to figure out how to put the stuff in bags. So, I mean, it's the same thing. And she's still ringing the next person while you're trying to bag your stuff.
And those bags always rip when you're
The
carrying
bags
them
rip, they fall apart, you can't get them off the hook.
I always end up dropping something coming back.
So it's not a loss to have no bag. And you can always get those, what are they called, those reusables?
The canvas bags. They even sell them, the canvas bags.
Yeah, but you can get those. You know what? You can collect them places.
The other thing is, kind of scares people, is they don't take credit cards. So sometimes you have to plan your trip.
Well, they're going to start taking credit cards, but I don't think they should, because I think that they should continue to help people get out of debt. So if you need to use your credit card for your groceries, this isn't teaching you the right plan. Right. But they do take debit, they take cash, and if you went to Dave Ramsey, or if you want to learn about that, he talks about an envelope system. So what we do is we have actually got our budget down to $200 for 2 weeks for a family of 4, plus a dog, 3 cats, and a tortoise. So this is what we do. We manage. There are weeks when we use the whole budget, and then we just go through the cabinets and figure out what's sitting in there that we bought and never used, and we eat that.
Sometimes we make a game.
Yeah, we make a game.
Let's try and empty out the cabinets and see what
we try to empty the cabinets
what
out.
we can make.
And make something cool and different that we've never tried.
Yeah.
Other times we have breakfast for dinner. We do different fun things with the kids. And then there's times when we have money left, $25, $30 left from the budget. So what we do is you don't put that back in your bank account. That's your money now. You just put it in a different envelope and maybe save up enough, and then you can go out to dinner with your family, or you can go do something fun. Movie night, whatever you want to do. Bowling.
It's like an extra bonus.
It's like a game, and you try to see how little you can spend and get the most. Mm-hmm. So it makes it fun to do.
And you just got to be a little bit aware
and creative
when you're putting stuff in the cart, how much you're spending,
Right.
And have a plan,
Have a plan.
Have a plan in life. Everything in life, everybody's reacting to life. something comes in, an email comes in, a text comes in, you're sitting on Facebook, things come in, and everything comes in. Everything's coming at you. Everything's like this. And all you do is react. I gotta do this, gotta do that, gotta do that. If you just have a purpose and a plan, your life will be so much less stressful.
Right.
And you'll be able to just talk relaxed and be relaxed.
That's right.
And live relaxed. And when you go to the store, you go with a plan and you spend what you planned and you find what you can eat.
And you don't need a grocery list unless it's things like you ran out of like ketchup or things like that. You don't really need a grocery list. What you can do is when you go in, make it different each time so that you don't get bored of eating the same things. Go in there and look around, see what's on sale. That's what I did. We got a whole ham because they were marking these hams down.
Cool.
We happened to be there the right day, and it said they were marking off $12 off the hams. So I dug through the hams and found the one that was closest to $12. What was it, $12.40?
Yeah.
$12.40 or something like that. So
it was less than 50 cents.
We paid less than 50 cents
for a huge ham.
For an entire ham. And it was a honey ham, and we put the sugar on it, the brown sugar. It was spiral. We had ham. And then you can have ham sandwiches, and it's endless. Endless. Green beans with ham. I mean, you can just make all kinds of stuff.
And one of our favorite things is pizza. This pizza that we have found that we create is amazing.
Yes,
it's better
we
than
make our
any
own
pizza joint you could find anywhere in the world.
True.
And you know exactly what you're putting on your pizza. And you're spending
maybe $5
the price of a Happy Meal for 4 pizzas for a family of 4.
Right. We make 4 of their flatbreads, or like triangles, and we make them all different. So maybe you'll have pepperoni, maybe some sausage, maybe pineapples, maybe some tomatoes.
You broke it down. Break it down. What we bought today.
So we bought some flatbreads today. Now, these are nicer pizzas that we make. We've made some from Dollar Tree too that are just round ones. But these are like $3.79, and they're pretty big. I'd say they're about 12 inches.
They're about the size of a medium.
Yeah, they're about the size of a medium pizza, but they're shaped like a triangle. And there's 4 in a pack. They're fresh. You just put them all. You put your sauce on there. The sauce is like 99 cents.
It's kind of like a bubbly.
Right. Well, similar.
But better.
Way better. Yeah. And those are like $4.59 for one. So then the sauce is like 99 cents. We just use spaghetti sauce. They have it at Aldi. I get the mushroom one. The mushrooms are $1.29. We don't even use the whole package of mushrooms, so we probably use 3 or 4, because when you slice them up and put them on there, you still have a lot left over for salads or whatever you want to make.
You might use a quarter of the box.
Tomatoes, the whole bag of tomatoes, it was like 4 or 5 really nice tomatoes, or like $1.50. But you don't use them all. You use like 1 tomato. Mm-hmm. The pineapple, the can's like 89 cents. We use about 4 or 5 because I cut them in little pieces and put them on. So you can make it any way you want, whatever way you want, and make it fun, because you can make each one different, and then everyone can try something different. You could do barbecue, because they sell barbecue. Make shredded pork or shredded chicken pizzas.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. You know what you're putting in your body. You're not going to have problems from it. I mean, even at Pizza Hut's $6.99 a pizza deal, you're still spending $12 or more, and this is like $5. And then you have leftovers. We even have leftovers when we all eat this.
And at Aldi, the cheese is
so you
really
can make it the way you want. You mix and match it. It's made your way, and it tastes awesome.
Yeah, it's one of our favorite things. We do pizza like twice a week with this way. It's awesome. We love it.
And you don't need coupons, because they don't take coupons at Aldi. I would spend my days cutting coupons and lining them up and organizing them, and which items were on sale to go with the coupons that week, just to get the prices reasonable. So the ragu sauce, which is the one I used to buy, they were like $3.59 at Publix for one small jar. So then if it was buy one, get one, it came out to a decent price. Okay, that worked. But then I had to wait for buy one, get one, and then I had to stock up on them, and then I had to waste money putting them all in the cabinet. It's a lot of time and planning, and what could I better use my time for than standing there going to the grocery store and making, who's getting rich? Publix is getting rich. Do they treat their employees good? I don't know. Do they, what do they do over there that's so special? Nothing that I know of. They've gotten so big. They used to be closed on Sundays. They used to honor, religion and be more like Christian. They've changed their ways. They're all about the money. They don't care. They ring your products up wrong. Nobody cares. They don't even pay attention. Yes. Oh, and if you do shop there, though, if they do ring your product up and you go back in, you do get it free. But that's a pain. You got to go back to go get your money back. It's a much better system. It's smaller. You feel more like you're in an old town setting like long ago. It's a much better thing. Just keep your eyes open for opportunities too. Because I also do other things, to bring in money or just for fun. If I'm watching TV, say I'm watching a movie, which we still have TV because we have Netflix, which you can get for like $9 a month.
And we have a Blu-ray where you can watch free movies too.
Yeah, you can watch free movies. There's all kinds of things on there.
Hundreds of free movies on Blu-ray.
It's amazing.
Hundreds.
And there's even educational channels on the TV that are free. So if you have kids, they can learn about math, they can do reading, they can have actual teachers teaching things, and they can watch it. And you can too. Newton's Law was on there. I was learning about that. So there's this, it's endless. I mean, it really is. But keep your eyes open. So right now, I've been getting my cat litter free because Kmart has this thing called Reward Your Way. And basically, it's like a contest, and it's instant. So there's a wheel, you spin the wheel, you answer a couple questions. It's like 1 or 2 questions. Do you plan on buying jewelry this year for a friend? Or do you shop for jewelry when? When do you shop? It has questions, like a little survey. You answer 1 or 2 of them. They want your information.
And then you play the wheel.
So then you spin the wheel, and sometimes it lands on points. The points turn into real money at Kmart. So 10,000 points, and when the points add up, you can get stuff. You can go online and order things. So I have gotten probably 6 or 7 free cat litters from doing this. And it doesn't take but 15 minutes of my time.
And we have our kids play the game.
And actually, you can have your kids do it while you're doing other things. So while you're cooking, they can be doing that because they're helping the family. And we try to teach them, we don't keep anything from them. We want them to know about life and about bills and about, the devil trying to take over. And we want them to know freedom, real freedom, and what, and slavery and what it is. So we try to keep them in the loop. So they know they're helping the family by doing the game. And they're seeing what a real contest looks like versus someone who says you won when you have to pay money. There's nothing involved in money besides you getting it. So, some of that cat litter is like $13.99 for those big 35-pound ones. And I've gotten a couple of those. I get some of the handheld ones. It's whatever I have at the time in the bank. I'll just go in the Kmart bank. And then I'll just get them for free. I just go pick them up. They don't even charge tax because if the item's free, there's no tax on the item. So then it's free completely. All it is just a few minutes of your time, and literally it's 15 minutes. I also do Biz Agent, which is a product testing. So every once in a while, they'll match up me with the information I give them. They'll ask me some questions, and they'll give me points too that I turn into my points for just answering the surveys. But then they'll also pick me to be to try things.
Product testing.
They've sent me like Quaker rice cakes. They've sent me detergent. I've gotten all kinds of things. Shampoos, conditioners.
One time we did something with the kids, and they sent us this whole Legoland kid thing.
That was... And a dog. Miranda got this little dog.
Oh, yeah, the dog.
That was electronic, and it cool. Stood up and barked and everything.
It was like a $70 dog that they sent
all
us
kinds of cool
as a
stuff.
product tester.
Yes.
So, keep your mind open for opportunities. And, we'll give you a website, palmbeachmastermind.com/savings. And we can give you links to these things if you want.
Also, You Promise is another one. We've made over $6,000 for doing nothing. For doing what you're doing right now. For shopping, eating out, because I know you eat out. It just might not be a lot or often, but you do. Eating out, buying gifts, groceries, gas, for doing the things you do every single day. Everyone buys gifts. Sometimes we buy gift cards. What I used to do is I would get restaurant gift cards for people so they can enjoy themselves out instead of a gift, that they might not even want. But the restaurant would be one on there. So I would earn money back for buying them a gift card. So it's a two-way street. I got something back, they got something, and you can do what you want with the money. You can request a check, which is what we do. Every time it gets to like $200, I'll request a check. And then you can do what you want with that money. We currently put it in our kids' accounts for them.
It's just a point
you can do whatever you
system and you don't even have to carry the card. It's all attached to your credit card, right?
It's all attached. Actually, online, you don't need to have anything. You can pay any which way you want. You can pay by PayPal. You can do whatever you want. All you're doing is going through their system to the site. So if you're buying something, say you're buying a computer at Best Buy. You already know Best Buy has the best price. You've checked it out. Best Buy happens to be on UPromise. So you're going to go to your UPromise account, sign in, and then go to Best Buy from there. And you're going to earn money for your computer.
Maybe $50.
It may be 1%, it may be 10%. You don't know what, it'll tell you when you're on there.
You earned like a lot of money for the car for the Tribeca, didn't you?
Well, a long time ago they had where they offered it from the car dealer. So we got an online quote. It was a good price. We bought the car there, and I made $50 for that. Plus I used my credit card, even though I don't promote that. I had the money in the bank for a deposit, for a down payment, but I used the credit card because it paid 5% back. So I used the credit card for the down payment, and then I took the money in the account and paid it on the credit card. So I probably made like $250 off the car just for buying the car. But you would have bought the car and made nothing, but I bought the car and made $250 back.
Boom.
But you can do this too. It's simple.
Yeah.
Everything, there's always an angle for something. And it isn't wrong. It's not illegal. We're not doing anything bad. It's just being aware. Being aware helps you.
There's a different way.
Knowing there's another way of doing it. Opening up opportunity. Balance transfers is another one for your credit cards. We had this solar panel put in, and this credit card was a lot of money. First of all, they told me it was going to be 2%, and then when I got the bill, it wasn't 2%. It was like 9% or something. And I was really angry, but we were already stuck in it then because they'd already put the stuff on the roof. They already did everything. So I tried forever ways to get rid of it. Finally, an opportunity came up. You can, if you go online and you look up balance transfers, don't wait for the junk to come in the mail. Look online, because I got a balance transfer, 0 transfer fee. That's almost unheard of. I got 0% interest for 15 months and a 0% balance transfer fee. You can do this. So you can save yourself the interest you're paying. That one was like $90 a month in interest. So I just saved $90 a month in interest. That's either $90 I can add towards the payment, or $90 I can pay for groceries with, or $90 I can do something else with. It frees it up. And when it gets close to 15 months, if you haven't paid it, you start looking like 3 months before, again, online, and you just, that same bill, you just keep moving it until you can get it paid off. Don't add more things, but learn how to use your abilities to pay off the stuff you have.
And if you have a lot of debt, what we learned in the Dave Ramsey thing was called the snowball. It's very, very, very simple, and it's very effective. So let's say you have 3 credit cards, and they all have $3,000 balances, and you're paying $150 minimum balance on each one. Okay? Or you're paying $150 a balance on each one. Right. Let's say your minimum's $50. Okay.
Right.
Let's say your minimum's $50 on each one, but you're paying $150 balance, trying to pay them all off.
Right.
Well, you're never going to try and pay them all off by doing that. What you need to do is use the snowball effect, which is whatever the minimum balance is, pay it on 2 of the cards, and then what you were paying on those 2 cards, take that difference and throw it over onto one of the cards. So you snowball it in. So then when you pay that one off, then you move all of your funds to the next card, and you snowball that one in. And you just keep snowballing it, and then boom, they disappear. It works really fast and really effective.
Plus it gives you incentive, because when you see things happening positive, you're more likely to continue it. When you just keep, like, you're spinning your wheels, you feel like you're not going anywhere and you want to give up. But when you actually see, oh my gosh, this one only has like $500 left on it and it had like 5,000, you see it's happening. You can see it. And you haven't added any more money. You've just changed it. You reallocated it. It's smart thinking. Again, it's looking for opportunities, looking for ways, being aware. All it is awareness. Mm-hmm. And you have it in you. It's just you haven't figured out how to tap into it. Because this world has you just going like a train.
Reacting.
You just keep going and going and going, and then one day it'll derail. And you'll be like, what happened here?
Stop reacting. Sit back and evaluate your life. Evaluate your time. Evaluate what you do.
Right.
Why you do it. How much you do it for. And what you're making. How much you're making. And why you're making that.
Right.
And if you're not making enough and you're looking for other opportunities, Palm Beach Mastermind, we're a different way. What we do is we're a team of entrepreneurs that all have different skills and different abilities, whether it's video or leads or traffic or funnels or even opportunity with marketing and direct sales and products. We can help you with many, many, many things if you want a different way. Even if you want to spend 30 minutes or an hour a day just working towards something in a different way that you've never thought of before. It's all about being aware and opening up your mind.
And it's about caring about others. Mm-hmm. Love is the only thing that conquers hate. So, and you know who said that. I don't even need to tell you. But we all come together for a greater purpose. And when we do it together, we succeed. When everyone's trying to do something on their own and be independent and be on their own island, it's not going to work. Teamwork, love, connection, bonding, caring.
Family.
Looking out for each other. Family. And it doesn't have to be blood family. Family isn't always blood. That's what we are. And
family
we're different.
Is what you make of it.
We're different. And everyone has a gift. And when all the gifts come together, something magical happens.
Yeah.
So check us out. Learn about saving. If you think there's no way and you're stuck in a hole, there's always a way. If you want to email us, you can too. Somebody here can help you. I mean, we've all been through it. None of us can say that we're above anyone else. We're all been through it. Everyone has been at the bottom, humbled, and started again. Mm-hmm. And that's the only way you learn is by putting yourself in someone else's shoes.
And she mentioned about the devil, outwitting the devil. There's a book by Napoleon Hill called Outwitting the Devil.
Oh, it's amazing.
And after she found it for me, I read it, and then I found Jim Carrey, and I founded something called Freedom from Concern. And you can Google Freedom from Concern, or you could go to SoundCloud and look up Freedom from Concern, or you can go to freedomfromconcern.com. And all it is just a podcast of some entrepreneurs talking about the book Outwitting the Devil and going through the author, Napoleon Hill, with different mindsets and different strategies of how to do personal development in a different way and open your eyes and look at things in a different way. So,
and there's no businesses trying to get your business. There's no one trying to take over. Everyone is there for the reason of helping each other, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. So it's just a podcast that you can hear on iTunes or SoundCloud, and you can go to, freedomfromconcern.com to check it out, or just Google it. And, check us out, palmbeachmasterminds.com. It's what we're all about. And these links to get these
we'll
things.
Add some links there for you so you can learn more about it.
Just go to palmbeachmastermind.com/savings. I'll make sure there's a link up for that. And
there's some other videos. Maybe you'll find something else you want to watch or something you're thinking about.
If you think this was helpful with you, share it with someone that you love. Share it with someone that you care about. And,
let's help the world.
Try and help the world be a better place and save a lot of money.
And open opportunities and be aware.
Yeah.
Everything starts with awareness. That's the most important. It's more important than the money. It's just seeing what's happening, noticing it, being, alert.
So stop reacting to life and start
planning it.
Writing your life. Start writing.
Write your own story.
Yeah, write your own story like Robin Williams says. Right?
Thank you for joining us.
Bye. Thank you very much.